Welcome back to Apple Tree Allotment. So now it's the start of July. We're a week into July, and it's changed quite a lot in the last couple of weeks. We were looking back at photos and it's amazing how much it's grown up. So we've come down tonight to harvest some courgettes, some potatoes, some broad beans, and we might take a few peas as well. So I'll get a nice few things for a meal tonight. So I'll have a look around. Everything's growing up nicely. At the front here we've got 2 beds of pumpkins. So we've got 3 in each. The bed on the left is doing much better than the one on the right. Which is interesting actually, because the courgettes last year were like that. So I wonder if the bed on the right is not quite as good. Might need to put some more better compost in. But anyway, the 3 pumpkins on the left look really happy. Ones on the right, they're still alive, but they're a lot smaller and not quite grown as well, but maybe they'll catch up. Next 2 beds, we've got our 3 sisters beds. We've got our sweet corn, 2 pumpkin plants in each bed, and beans. So the beans I planted the beans as seeds next to the sweet corn after they were getting going to give the sweet corn a head start. But they've all started to come up now, so you can see so this one at the end is quite small down here, but some of them are much bigger going up. So yeah, they're doing really well. Most of them have got 1 or 2 beans next to them, and we've got this pumpkin trailing through here with some nice little pumpkins on already. 2 or 3 on there, and then over this side we had 1 pea. We were originally going to put peas in this bed, but then only 1 started growing. But it's actually got quite a few peas on it, so we're going to harvest those today. We'll take those home. There's quite a few on there. So yeah, the sweet corn's doing really well this year. Last year we had to replant them because they got hit by a late frost, but this year I planted them much later, and they look much happier for it. So yeah, so I'm really happy with that. And these beans are looking really good. Last year I never got round to putting the beans in, or I think they might have died off or something. Yeah, so it'll be really interesting this year to see them grow up the sweet corn and how well that works. The broad beans are still going strong, still producing lots of beans. So we've got more to harvest tonight. At home I've got lots of beans in trays as well, growing on, ready for when I put up the potatoes and the broad beans, so I can fill that space. And I've got chard and kale going as well. So yeah, lots of things to come after these have finished off. At the back here we did have our garlic here, but that's all harvested now. On the left we've got 2 courgette plants, a yellow and a green one, and we've got a sweet potato plant, which is not amazingly happy, but it's still growing away. There's courgettes on both the plants, so I'm happy with that. On the right, again, not so happy. We've got butternut squash plants. There's 3 there. A little bit yellow, not grown much, but who knows? Maybe they'll pick up. They've got a long time still to get going, so we shall see. Over on the other side, got a bed of tomatoes. So we've got 2 beds at home, one that's a cherry tomato and one that's a sort of more slicing variety. And these were sort of the ones that were left over. So I brought them down here and put them in. And they're starting to bush up nicely now actually. They were looking a bit thin and not many leaves, but they're starting to get going now. So I'll have to improve the supports. Need to go and buy some better canes, I think. There is that one tomato is still going strong, still looking good. So hopefully there'll be some good tomatoes on here. There's a few flowers starting to grow. The ones at home are doing really well. They're much higher. They're sort of 4 or 5 foot high, and loads of flowers. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. At the back here next to the water butt, we've got 2 more courgette plants. Again, a yellow one at the back there and a green one. The yellow ones seem to have much more yellow leaves, which look quite nice, but it's easy to distinguish them. And there's a few courgettes on here. We've got 2 green ones we'll probably harvest tonight, and there's some little tiny yellow ones we'll leave for another to keep growing. We've already had, I think, 4 or 5 from the plants at home, so they've been doing well. Potatoes, so the main crops are still really nice and bushy, really good. Second earlies are doing okay. The first earlies, we've already had one big bowl full out, and we had a meal with those. And then tonight we're going to harvest some more. We brought a bag down to fill up, so I'll take another row from the bed over the other side. I'll empty that one out first. Yeah, so we're going to harvest those tonight. So yeah, so jobs we're going to do. We're going to harvest potatoes, some broad beans, peas, and it's probably supposed to rain tonight, but it doesn't look too cloudy, so I might just do a little bit of watering just on the pumpkins and things, just to make sure they're okay. But I think the potatoes and that will be okay. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed that little tour. Be interested to see how everyone else is doing, what you've got growing, what you're having success with this year. Our strawberries at home are doing really well. Our fruit's doing quite well this year. It was much later, it was about 2 weeks later starting, so we're still getting a good bowl of strawberries every day, so that's really good. What else at home have we got going? We've got second early potatoes at home. They look sort of a similar size to these ones. Got courgettes going at home that we've been harvesting. Sunflowers are really tall, and tomatoes are doing well. Yeah, so it's all going well. Looking forward to getting starting eating the potatoes, and we'll start changing these beds up more towards the autumn crops, more towards the chard and the kale. Might need to protect those a little bit, although the chard did okay last year, unprotected. But yeah, I think if we try kale again, we'll have to protect that. Here's our harvest from today. So we did a row of potatoes. So there's 3 plants there. Some of them have got, these are first earlies, but some of them have got quite big. They're actually quite big. We probably could have harvested them earlier. Yeah, there's a good bag full there. We've got broad beans. A load there's a few more in the plant still growing, so we'll get a few more. We've got this little pile of peas. So these are just from one plant. That'd be nice little homegrown peas. And 2 courgettes. We probably won't be down for a day or 2 because it's forecast to rain. So I thought I'd get these now before they get massive. But they'll certainly go in a nice meal. Yeah, it's our little harvest for today. But yeah, hope you're all well. And thanks for watching. And I will talk to you soon.